What's going on, everybody? And welcome to FORCEcast, episode 4, right? Episode 4, Chad?
Episode 4, yep. What's up, guys? Chadzilla here. It is pretty late at night for me right now. I got work in the morning, and I'm hanging on a limb. So I'm trying to make it through this podcast, though, for you guys.
Yes, so stick with Chad there. Pat Man's going to do some talking. And
Oh, man, you know what really gets me awake is likes and subscribes, right?
yes,
Likes and subscribes
Or-
keep me going through the night.
get some people to tune in right now live so that you guys can talk to Chadzilla in the comments and shit. Keep waking
Yes. Wake me up. Wake me up before you go.
Don't let me hanging on a string of a yo-yo. Or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know it that well, but
Okay. Wake me when you need me, as Chief once said. Speaking of
Okay.
Chief, we'll get into him later. So, I want to tell a story, Chad.
what's your story?
I went
Is
to
it something to
Raleigh.
do with ponies?
Pony, like Sony fans, or? No, I'm kidding, Sony fans. I'm sorry.
Just go. Shoot. Before I fall asleep.
Just fall asleep already. I could do this. So, went to Raleigh over the weekend. There we go. Went to Raleigh over the weekend, capital of North Carolina, for those of you who don't know, with my wife.
Yeah, all the rednecks down there.
There's rednecks everywhere, dude. And I went to go get a tattoo with my wife, matching tattoos.
Let's see it.
That's my
Let's
link tattoo.
see it.
My link tattoo there. It says, mine says to play alone. Hers says it's dangerous. Of course, a spin on the meme. It's dangerous to go alone from the
Now-
original Legend of Zelda.
Now, do you think people could take to play alone the wrong way?
It is dangerous to play alone. If you know what I'm saying.
Playing
Some guy
alone
read
is
it.
a dangerous game.
Some guy read it the opposite way. He said, hang on, to play alone, it's dangerous. He's like, that makes sense, but it's supposed to be the other way around, right? Because he was a Zelda fan, so you know. I was like, yeah, you got it. So, anyways, went to Raleigh, and I tweeted out Mr. Cliff Blazinski, the lead designer from the Gears of War series, now at, Boss Key Studios, his own studio down there in Raleigh. He lives down there. And I was like, dude,
Oh,
what's a good place?
the studio's actually based in Raleigh?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You should go check it out.
I will. And then Epic Games is also down here, too. So.
Yeah, I knew Epic was down there. I didn't know he built across the street to try to take Epic down.
Yeah, I mean, he lives out in Raleigh, too, so. Anyways, so I tweeted, I said, yo, where's a good place to eat, my boy? You know, we go way back. And he was like, hey, try the station. And so I went there after our tattoos, and it turns out he's the co-owner of that place, which is pretty freaking cool. But he wasn't there, sadly, but I was talking to the manager about him and stuff. So thanks for the recommendation, Cliffy. It's a cool place. I plan on going back there. But the coolest thing, I think, which I'm keeping this forever, is my...
Was the cheeseburger called the Cliffy Burger?
I wish.
It should have been. That would have been a good name.
He
for
should
it.
have a beer. I should look at the beers next time and see if he has something named after him. He had a little license plate on the wall that said Cliffy B. But our waiter was a huge Zelda fan. He saw our tattoos. And as you can see here, he drew a little Navi fairy, and it says, hey, listen, have a great weekend. And then a little Triforce.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
At the bottom there. So I'm keeping this receipt forever. I should have told him to subscribe to the channel, but I'm going to call and tell him, like, yo, Ryan, subscribe to my gaming channel, please. So it was awesome.
You never know. He could be watching this someday. He'd be like, that's my tat.
There
Oh, wait,
you go.
no, he didn't give you the tat. He just served you
No.
your French fries. That's
the
right.
guy. I served his beer and
Yeah.
fucking burger, too. So that's my story real quick from Raleigh. Going back to get more tattoos soon, so I'm excited. But let's get right into the juicy news of the week here. And that is Halo. Multiple things. First of all, Halo game. New Halo game coming out. We don't know when, but it's called Halo Online. It is a multiplayer only, PC only Halo game. Free to play. So hopefully not pay to win. Running off a old Halo 3 engine, and there's a lot of classic. You see Guardian in there, looks exactly like unchanged, and so much customization, guys. Go check out the trailer. There's a bunch of skins and all that stuff, and it looks really cool. So, but guess what? The catch is, I forgot to mention this. You can only play it if you live in Russia, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Russia.
just gonna say that's not even like legit. That's not in any first world countries. It's only in Russia.
Well, technically, it's the closed alpha is only in Russia as of right now, so it could eventually come to the states. I don't see why it wouldn't, because that'd be huge for PC players. They've been clamoring for a new Halo game for a while. I believe Halo 2 was the last Halo game to be on PC, so good for them. I'll play it if it's on PC. I always wanted to play with a mouse and keyboard on Halo, so that'd be cool. Now, right into the really big news. Halo 5 Guardians. Speaking of Guardian, so we got a release date. 2 new trailers aired last night with The Walking Dead. Go check out my video. Little subliminal message. Chad like whisper in the background the whole time. Go check out Batman's video. Go check out Batman's video. Do that for me. So, release date, October 27th.
Go check out Batman's video.
October 27th, 2015 is the release date for Halo 5 Guardians. Thank you, Chad. You're doing a good job. So,
I got you.
thank you, bro. We got 2 new trailers last night, one from Chief's perspective, one from Locke's perspective. The hype train is freaking real. It's a serious mindfuck. As far as trailers go, Chad, you said you watched it. What do you think?
I think it was good.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I wouldn't look into it any deeper yet. I think they're just trying to twist the entire Halo story on its head because that's all they can do at this point to make it interesting.
Whoa. Did you just say that's all they can do at this point?
Well, again, I've said it before. Bungie ended Halo once
Right.
already, and now
Well,
343 is trying to resurrect Halo, and the only way they can do that is by changing what already happened. Which is
but
what it looks like. There's like two realities or 2 alternate realities or
right.
something in this. I don't know what it is. Maybe Master Chief's schizophrenic. Who knows?
Who knows? But if you want some in-depth stuff, go check out Batman's video, because I break it down and I got some theories about that shit. Anyways, but remember, Halo 3 ended with an opening like he was fly. If you beat on Legendary, there was an alternate ending where he was flying away towards a distant planet, and that's how where Halo 4 picked right up. You go to that planet, and there's so many stories to tell. I think it's gonna be cool. But speaking of Halo 5 and changing everything we know about Halo, Bonnie Ross, I want to say the lead person at 343. Pretty sure she's boss at 343. She hyped up Halo 5 by saying it will deliver epic scope and scale and drama, while also teasing that the game will make players question everything they know about the Halo universe. Interesting. So, another thing that released this week is Mike Coulter, the guy who voices Agent Locke, who played Agent Locke, the same actor who played Agent Locke in the Nightfall series, uh, kind of spilled the beans that Cortana is going to make an appearance in Halo 5, but she died in Halo 4, so I hope they don't resurrect her so quickly. I'd like a game without her, see how Chief, copes with the loss. Coulter said when Locke goes into Halo 5, you'll see him transition to a Spartan, a super soldier. It's a prominent role within the game. Obviously, Master Chief will be involved.
Maybe Cortana is Locke.
Well, thank you for your input there, Chadzilla. I appreciate it. People thought that at first.
Did
When they
they?
saw,
Well,
when
the
they
reason I
saw
said that is
Locke,
because
yeah,
because Locke's visor thing is blue and
when people
Cortana's
saw
blue. That's
that on the
why I
cover, they're
kind
like,
of just.
it's a robot-controlled Cortana soldier, super soldier. And then 350 came out like, no, that's not Cortana. That's a whole new character. But yes, people thought that at first. So, like I said, Mr. Locke says obviously Master Chief will be involved in the game. Cortana, too. But Locke will be one of the playable characters in 5, which we already know. That's why we got the perspective from his view. That trailer's super interesting. There's so many little tidbits of stuff go watch the video. I break it down, and I'm usually right with my theories, so check out my theories on that. I don't want to get into it in the podcast as well. But besides that, I just wanted to throw this out there. Another Xbox news that Gears of War developer Black Tusk Studios had tweeted an image of a mocap, a person, actor in a mocap suit with like a retro lancer in their hands, and it said "last day of filming," so or whatever recording. So they're wrapping up that part of the game. The game's still probably a year or two out, so hopefully we'll see more at E3 this year. But a certain system got a big update this week, didn't it, Chad?
Yes, it did. The other side of the gaming realm, the PlayStation 4 got a little update 2.5. Reading some details about it here. Little stuff got changed, like PSN has been renamed as PlayStation Network, whatever that means. Um, One of the big features that are in this update is now the PS4 can keep applications suspended while in rest mode, which is what it was supposed to do when it launched. Pretty much when it's glowing orange or whatever that color is, when it's glowing orange, it keeps your applications running instead of shutting down the whole thing.
That's got to be a power
You
eater.
can enable that. Probably not. It's just like your phone being on off.
Yeah,
I
my
don't know.
battery dies like a motherfucker.
But you can access that in the settings, blah, blah, blah. You can back up stored data. You can now back up data stored on a PS4 system to USB storage, so it's finally getting
Oh,
external
drives.
hard drives and whatnot just in time for all the games coming out because games eat memory. Um, you can adjust accessibility settings such as zoom button, blah, blah, blah. You can upload video clips to Daily Motion, so that's now you can do Ustream, Daily Motion, and Twitch, I believe.
What games were you talking about in particular that Chad that are coming out for PlayStation 4 that gonna need that big hard drive space?
God of War, I don't know, just new games that they're releasing.
I like to bash Sony. I'm sorry.
We have things for the share button. You can now test the connection speed while you start SharePlay as a host. You can check whether your internet connection speed is sufficient for SharePlay, but I don't know what that means.
The
Don't use
SharePlay, the whole remote play thing.
Don't use SharePlay because people will delete your data and everyone's going to laugh at you on the internet.
Check out our previous podcast for that. I think that was podcast episode 2.
I think that was 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Trophy updates. Screenshots of scenes when you earn trophies are now saved automatically, so it kind of screenshots when you get the trophy, I guess, just for, I don't know, sharing it to friends or whatever.
Okay.
You can share trophy details and screenshots, pretty much what I just said. You can now search the internet for details about your trophies, so it makes it really easy to get trophies, I guess. You just press a button and it brings up a trophy guide.
You weren't able to do that before?
I don't know. It says this is an update in 2.5.
Okay.
You can now sort trophies by earned date, not earned, or grade, and you can now delete trophies with 0% achievement process. I think Xbox added that a while ago also.
Yeah.
Other than that, those are the big things. There's nothing really else that was added. The big thing was really the suspend mode, I guess you call it. You can leave your applications running, but that's that.
I always thought that was a cool feature, the one too, that when you go to achievement, it will say like get help, and you click on it, it takes you right to an Internet Explorer page, and you can look up like a guide to that. I thought that was cool, but I don't know when Xbox.
That seems to kind of take everything out of achievements, though. I don't know.
If you're a real achievement aficionado, though, there's always going to be ones you're having trouble getting, so it's cool to be able to look it up right there and snap it to the side of your screen while still playing the game, you know? So, Xbox One is getting an update in March, or in April. We're already in March, so it would be out by now, but it actually is out for people who are preview members, which I unfortunately am not. Microsoft won't freaking let me in for some reason, so that's what she said. And the Xbox system update for April, the two big things are voice messages are finally coming to Xbox One, so we can get more trolls online sending me hate mail and Call of Duty when I own them. So I'll have fun doing that. Maybe I'll make a couple of videos where I fire back at them because Chadzilla knows I enjoy doing that a lot. So uh, I'm sure Chadzilla would like to see that. Anyways, additionally, voice messages can be exchanged between 360 and Xbox One users, which is cool because I have a lot of friends on 360 still who haven't made the jump into this gen. They're so last gen. And
You know
now
what really
we are
grinds
also
my gears, by the way? People still call the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 next gen.
next gen.
They
Yeah,
are
it's this. It's,
we're in it. It's
we're in
current.
it. It's this
100%
generation.
current.
I had to get used to saying that. It's like changing the date, like after New Year. I have to get used to writing 2015. Like I had to keep fixing myself.
Yeah.
Like
I notice sometimes when I say current gen, people keep thinking I'm talking about the 360 and those systems when it's that's last gen now.
now, you know what's next gen? Nintendo NX.
Yeah, that's right. That's the first next gen system.
That's right. So if you guys want to know about that, go watch our last podcast, episode 3. Um, so voice messages got that cleared. Now dedicated servers for party chat, which is a big one because I have shitloads of problems with some of my friends who have crappy internet and strict NAT. They aren't able to connect to me, so that was never fun, and I'm glad that's coming. That's actually for people with strict NAT problems. You could get dedicated server support for your party chat, which is awesome. And improve achievements. So now you can when the achievement pops up on the screen, instead of having to click the button to view the details, it will actually flash little details about what you had to do to get that achievement on screen, so you don't have to open the app up, just saving you some time. Because I always do that. I'm like, how did I get an achievement just now? I want to know, what did I do? So that's cool. And besides that will wrap up the updates. Let's get into
Let's
the other
talk about
interesting
the
news.
sad stuff. This is like our little puppy dying.
Yeah,
This is how I feel about it.
this was the day
Um,
I got my tattoo, by the way, which is pretty ironic. I was all
that's
high on the
bad
Zelda
juju
train.
right there.
Yeah, yeah. So Zelda Wii U, it's delayed. No surprise, honestly, because Nintendo loves to delay their big Zelda console games. But I was hopeful that I would see Zelda and Halo and my two favorite franchises in the same year. I was and then Batman Arkham Knight on top of that. I was so excited. But at least that gives me more room to enjoy these games this year, I guess.
But as the late great Miyamoto once said,
Late? He died?
no, he's just old now.
Okay.
Um, what did he even say? He said, "A delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game is always bad," or something like that. I don't know. Look up the quote. That wasn't it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miyamoto, but that's not true because
That
look at Duke Nukem Forever. That game was delayed by like 14
okay?
years and it came
Okay.
out.
Miyamoto's talking about his own base. He's not talking about the other folks
Oh,
now.
your base belongs to us. Shut up. Anyways, whatever. Fucking Zelda delayed. We're sad. We're crying at Triforce Gaming because we're obviously big Zelda fans, if you didn't know. And what did the really it's not even the delay to piss me off. It's what Nintendo said after that. They announced it was being delayed. That pissed me off. Go ahead and tell me what they said there, Chad.
So remember how we got a nice awesome trailer glimpse into Zelda at E3 last year? It pretty much came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, we're going backwards this year, and we are getting no Zelda information at
Awesome.
all.
Awesome.
So we still don't know. We don't have the title for it. The title might actually be revealed at E3 or at a direct or something close to E3, but
Yeah.
we're not getting any type of gameplay or anything.
Thanks, Nintendo. Appreciate it.
Because they say that they found new possibilities and they need to expand on those new possibilities.
New possibility meaning, hey, we're getting NX dev kits and we're fucking delaying this game another year until NX comes out. Boom, launch title. They might do something like that. Maybe like GameCube had Twilight Princess and then the Wii had Twilight Princess. We might get one on the Wii U and then an up-res one or something on NX. Because they need probably a launch title. But I don't want to buy too much into the, hey, Zelda's not an E3 thing. I think they're going to do a direct with it probably in the summer, late summer, maybe fall. And like, boom, Zelda, here's the name, here's some actual gameplay of Link in a dungeon or something.
I was thinking that too. I mean, Nintendo, the way they handle E3 now, it's pretty progressive. I think they do their own kind of media event with their direct and everything, and they get everything out there.
Right.
Apparently, I thought I remember seeing that they booked a thing for an actual event. I don't know if that's true or not, like an actual press conference. I don't know if I'm just making that up, but I think they did book something for that. But yeah, they're probably going to have they're probably going to have a direct. It could be a couple days after E3. Who knows? They just said it's not going to be at E3, so it could be, it could be a direct during E3. No one knows what it is at this point.
Right.
Obviously, they don't tell us anything until it smacks you in the face.
Of course. But of course. And in other news here, that basically there is another delay that is close to my heart, and that is Batman Arkham Knight getting delayed for the second time. But this one is very minimal. Originally, Arkham Knight was due out in 2014, which I said no chance in hell that's happening. And I was right. So 2015, but it got delayed to June 2nd originally. Now it's delayed once again, but this time only till June 23rd. So just a couple weeks later. Nothing too drastic. And they actually released a new sweet gameplay trailer. Go check that out to get you aboard the hype train for that. So, in other Batman news, is Arkham City and Arkham Asylum are rumored to be getting a package deal remaster for next gen, or I'm sorry, current gen systems as PS4 and Xbox One. Now, big surprise there, of course, another remastered collection thingy coming. I mean, this generation is filled with them. However, the thing I do not like is why it's coming. It's saying it's going to probably come out this holiday after Arkham Knight. So if you're delaying Arkham Knight, why not WB outsource it to somebody else who could have gave us this collection earlier to experience the story before Arkham Knight came out to hold us over from those delays and to set up the story from Arkham Knight, since most people are probably going to play Arkham Knight, even newcomers, and then go back and have to play number 1 and number 2. I don't get the sense of that to go backwards. So that's my opinions on that, Chad. What are your opinions? Because that's about it for this week for gaming news.
My opinions on Arkham Knight?
Yeah, sure. Anything on any of this
well,
stuff.
I don't have very strong opinions for it because I have not played it. That's where I stand.
Arkham City and Arkham Asylum.
I played the first one. I actually did play the first one, the Arkham Asylum. And then I got to the big rock monster guy thing, I think, and stopped playing.
Cool. Clayface?
Was it? I don't know. I was in a dark dungeon, and he was throwing me around, hitting walls, whatnot. And I was like, you know what?
I don't like this.
Not really a fan of getting beat up by this guy, so I gave up.
Yeah. You gotta be badass. You're Batman. You're supposed to kick his ass.
Hey, I thought I did have my nunchucks with me or whatever he throws at people. So
Batarangs.
Batarangs, that's what it is.
So for the uninitiated, but we are initiated. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Have you not played it on the Arkham City on the Wii U, the definitive edition of it?
No, I haven't. I've been too busy playing.
Go get it, dude. Go fucking get it. That's a really good version of the game too, the Wii U one, because the gamepad makes some really good features.
Yeah.
I think you'd enjoy.
Yeah, I heard it was good. It's probably like bargain bin $20 now. So
I'd say it's probably around 10, 15. Well, no, knowing Nintendo games, they keep their value pretty high. So yeah, it's probably around 20.
right.
What do you think? I wanted to ask you because I just feel like this podcast might be a little too
Yeah,
short
we
for
can talk a
offense.
little bit just about random stuff. Let's go for it.
Let's talk. Let's shoot the shit real quick. So, what are your opinions on Gears, man? I never really had. You used to be a big Gears fan, and this new studio
Um,
taking over.
okay, so I was a huge I was balls deep in Gears around Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2,
A little
and
bit
Gears of
into
War 3, I would say. Gears of War 3, I was still heavily into it. Gears of War 1 was really like the game that made me get a 360. And I loved it. It was like the first game I was like, wow, this is next gen gaming. And connection it had connection issues and everything, but it was still a crazy fun game.
right.
But I loved what Epic did with the love what they did with the game. I loved the art style of the game. It didn't try to be super realistic. It was kind of artsy.
Right.
I loved what Cliff was able to do, and Gears of War 3 came around, and it was getting kind of more. I liked how different Gears of War 1 was with the gameplay. It was slow. It was cover based. It was tactical. Gears of War 2 kind of shied away from that, but definitely still was slow and tactical, and it took a lot of teamwork. And
Right.
then Gears of War 3 shied away from that even more, and it was and they added new game modes with Wingman and all this, team deathmatch and stuff, whatever they called it. And it kind of, it was still Gears of War, but you could tell it was, I don't know,
Cater to
it
more
was
casual
more
gamers,
casual, more,
as
updated,
hardcore.
mainstream. Right.
Yeah.
I liked the feel of the hardcore Gears of War. And when Epic Games stopped working on Gears of War, I stopped playing it. I haven't played Judgment, so I don't know how it is. I heard it was crap. And
You know
who's working on
that was
who's
epic though. Gears of War Judgment.
well, it was who worked on it? It was
Epic.
somebody else though. Epic did?
No. Epic made that game. Just Cliffy B left
Okay.
during development of that game.
Okay,
So
so I don't know. That I don't I
it
hate
was shit.
spin-offs. I absolutely hate spin-offs with a passion. It ruins game series, I think. Um, Other than that, Black Tusk, I don't know. Maybe they'll resurrect the series, but I don't think
Yeah.
so because they're not going to go back to that hardcore old school style shooter that it was before, and that's what I really liked about Gears of
I
War.
I think you'll be pleased then because a person from Epic is like the lead person at Black Tusk. I think his name is Rod Ferguson. If that name rings a bell, I believe he
Oh
worked.
yeah, Rod Ferguson. He worked with Cliffy and on the
Yep.
old Gears of Wars, but it's not going back to what Gears of War 1 and 2 were like.
He said it is going back to its roots. He said Gears of War is going to be going back to its roots and it's going to be darker like it was in the first couple games.
All
So,
right, well, everyone says what the fans want to hear, so I want to see
hey,
something to back that up.
right. I
I just want
think
to see
if
something to
anybody
back it
could
up.
do that, it would be him because he was with Cliffy during the whole ride. So,
Yeah,
uh,
we'll see. We'll see about it. And they
he's
started adding like characters like wasn't Drake a voice actor in Gears of War 3? Somebody like that? I don't know. It was
Ice
like
T
it
was
was Ice-T, not Drake.
he was awesome though. Ice T
No,
was I
it
love
was cool, but I don't know. It was just it felt like
because
it was
I
so
see
Hollywood.
Gears, man. Yeah, yeah. I liked three personally. That was my favorite one because I'm not into hardcore Gears. I don't like team-based games because I fucking hate teammates. Unless I have Chad on with me or somebody, I don't enjoy playing games like that. Or that's why I don't. I'm a huge Halo fan, but I enjoy it for the story more than the multiplayer. Multiplayer I get into when I have a team. Uh, Call of Duty is like the only shooter I could play alone because it's easy. Uh, so I never was into Gears 1. I didn't really get into it. Gears 2 I actually liked. That's actually when I started getting into Gears because I played a lot with Chad and we had fun on game modes, with the Nashers and all that. And then Gears 3 is when I really got into it because it was more noob friendly. He had the retro Lancer and shit like that. It was fun. I still suck at Gears, but when I played Gears Judgment, man, that really was the all-time low for me for the series. That game was awful. The very first thing I complain about that game is at launch, they changed it, they patched it, but at launch you could only have one primary. You had to choose Nasher, Retro, or Lancer, or Sawed Off. You could not have a second. You could not have a Lancer and a Nasher. You had to either run around the shotgun the whole fucking time or run around the Lancer the whole time. I just thought that was retarded. That's not what Gears was. It was just bland and boring. The multiplayer sucked. The campaign was eh. The only good thing that came out of the game was like the Horde mode. There was a really cool Horde mode, Beast mode, like player versus player thing, and that was
Right, and
really
that
fun.
was built off of Gears 3. Gears 3 had
Yeah,
that beast mode, which was pretty fun in Gears
but
3, but I didn't play it that much.
morphed into one. Like it was so actual people were the horde, and actual people were the humans. That was awesome, dude. Gears of War Judgment is free for download starting tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Wednesday on Xbox 360. I'm trying to get Chad to download that so we could go play some of that because I think he'll really enjoy that mode. I think that's really fun, and he could try out Gears Judgment and see how shitty it is. It might be better now after the patches. I heard they patched the shit out of it, so we'll see. And that'd be a cool game. That I'm not banned on that one, so we could go
Well,
ahead and play
you
some
can't
Gears.
polish a turd. That's what I say about that.
Well, you haven't played it yet, so shut up.
That's right. I don't judge a book by its cover, except I
That's
do.
right. Yes, I do too. And I agree,
Saves
respectfully
time.
disagree. Yes, it does. It saves time and money. Uh, I respectfully disagree on spin-offs ruin series, but that's okay because I liked both of the Halo spin-offs, except for Halo Wars. I thought Reach and ODST were
Oh yeah,
really.
we disagree when it comes to AAA spin-offs very much.
You didn't like Reach?
I liked Reach. I just don't. I see spin-offs as whoring a
Oh
game
yeah.
series out.
Oh yeah, you know it's that. I mean, that's why whenever you have big series like Halo, Gears, even Zelda's had a couple spin-offs like Hyrule Warriors and
Right. And
Link's crossbow tree.
it sucks because instead of it's games are such big bucks now, they're scared to come like big producers are
Take a
scared
risk.
to take a risk in a new
Yeah.
IP or a new direction in a game, and so they sit like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed has I don't know. It's just that series is going down. All of Ubisoft's series are just crap in the bed lately.
Yeah.
Because they're just mismanaging their big games, and I think it's sad because they were awesome at one point.
Well, a couple of their series are making strong. Like Rainbow Six is looking to make a strong return.
Right,
This
and
new
when's the last time you seen a Rainbow Six game? You know, they gave
right,
it a break, and now they're bringing
right.
it back, and it looks
Yep.
freaking sweet.
Rayman Legends was a good game from Ubisoft, and then Far Cry 4 was pretty good. I heard. I haven't played it yet. I want to play that, but I'm waiting for that to bargain bin. And then, can I help you, hon? Huh? No, I mean, thank you. That's my lovely wife there. Uh, anyways, and then my most anticipated game for this year, next, I don't think it's coming out this year. I'll argue with people until I'm blue in the face. People tell me it's coming out this year. It's not. The Division, which is a MMORPG,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not coming out this year.
If you're
So,
talking about delays, that game will get delayed 3 times before it comes
yeah,
out
an
this year.
MMO on console is going to get delayed for like a year. So, no
And
way it's coming out this
it's
year.
not gonna be an MMO. It'll be like Destiny, as far as
Well,
MMO is.
Destiny's not an MMO at all. This is, and Destiny
I
never.
understand that, and that's why I
But
say that
Destiny
because
never labeled itself as an MMO though. Bungie never said it was. They said it was a shared world shooter. That's how they can
oh,
best
I
describe it.
know Bungie said that, but people on consoles don't understand what MMOs are, and they keep calling Destiny an MMO.
Yeah, well,
When I think MMO, I think World of Warcraft because
I
that's
remember.
literally everybody, hundreds of thousands of people in the same server in making a real
Right.
world.
Yeah, like I remember me and you got into that talk with some idiot, fucking coworker of yours saying that Destiny was an MMO, and I told him, I told you how I feel about it. It isn't an MMO, but Ubisoft has come out and said this is an MMO slash RP with RPG elements for console, and there's been a couple MMOs on console. I think the 360 had Defiance, which I actually played. It was that TV show integrated MMO. That was actually a pretty good game, and that was an actual MMO. And then I think Spite or something like that, or Smite, I think that's an MMO, and that's coming to Xbox One. And there's
I
one other,
think it's Smite,
yeah,
SMIT.
yeah. And then there's one other one coming to Xbox One. That's an actual MMO from PC, and it actually had a beta recently, and I heard it was really good. I had a couple friends who played it. So obviously, with this current gen hardware, MMOs are probably going to be more possible because honestly, these infrastructures of these consoles are very similar to PCs. Not as powerful,
I
of
think
course.
they're possible, but I don't know if I would. The controller is kind of a I don't want to
Yeah,
say it's back. It's a barrier because for
Yeah.
MMOs you really need a mouse and keyboard.
Who says that Xbox One and PS4 don't get keyboard and mouse support soon, though? You know.
Well, they could, but you're not gonna see your average Joe, going and getting this AAA
Right.
MMO and then plugging a mouse and a keyboard into their system. It's just not gonna happen.
At
It'll
the
happen
same
for like the
time,
hardcore people, like the ones that actually like get really into it.
right. But at the same time, I don't think your average Joe plays MMOs. Period. It's mostly your hardcore gamers who are playing MMOs.
But
So,
when an MMO comes out to a console, it's going to be hyped up like Destiny was or something because
well,
the budgets these games have now are unreal.
that's up to developers to make it work. Like they said, shooters wouldn't work very well on consoles, and then GoldenEye and Halo led the revolution for fucking shooters on consoles. Then they said RTSs couldn't work, and you had great RTSs on consoles like Halo Wars and stuff. So,
You
I
know what
mean,
I
it's
think?
what
Sorry, you know what I think would be cool? Back for the PS2 and the GameCube and the PC, Phantasy Star Online was cross-platform MMO. There was an MMO for the GameCube, PS2, and PC, and it was a Phantasy Star game. It was actually oh no, I'm wrong, but it was a good game. It was Phantasy Star Online, and it
that'd be
got
really interesting. Yeah,
yeah. I don't know if that would happen nowadays though, with all the.
too many fanboys, dude. It would be nasty.
Not
Anyways,
only that, I don't think contracts and all that different type of
yeah.
stuff allows it. But it was a cool concept back in the day that it was like a cross-platform MMO.
I miss the
Think
days where games were like it was the gaming industry as a whole instead of your Xbox, your PlayStation, or your Nintendo now or PC. Like I miss those days where it was, hey, PlayStation's doing this, that's helping out our industry, or Nintendo's doing this right. Let's borrow from them, collaborate with them. Like
Right. That's what
Nintendo used to.
happens. That's what happens when big bucks get thrown around.
Yeah. Well, when Microsoft entered the big bucks, they got kind of greedy. So, and then Sony started firing at them, and the rest is history. But I think we will see the way Xbox is going now. You see Xbox talking great things about Sony. I think they realize they need each other to succeed. Um, and then Nintendo's off like behind a lot on sales, as we know, compared to the new this generation of systems. But Nintendo's got games locked up. We all know that. Software wise, Nintendo's killing it.
I still think that they have the best games on their systems right now.
They do. They do.
Agree.
Nintendo has the best first party games. I will always say that, but it goes Nintendo, Xbox, and then PlayStation for me. None of the PlayStation exclusives ever appealed to me. Like
But
unless
I'm
it's
not even looking at exclusives. I think as a whole right now, I think the Wii U has more. There was a chart that has more higher rated games than either of the other two consoles.
but that's first party games. Like if you're talking third party, Xbox and PlayStation have way better third party games than the Wii
Oh,
U.
they have better third party games, but I think I don't know. It was a chart of all the games on the system, and they
I
have
want
higher.
to
I
say
don't know.
I want to
I,
say I saw the same chart, but it was something Iwata post or talked about. But I want to say it was the Metacritic thing that he was going crazy about. He's like but it was first party games. Like, hey, look at Microsoft and Sony's first parties combined. We have better rated games by like double than them combined from our first party studio. So it's like all your Mario spin-offs. Speaking of spin-offs, that's one series that has shitloads of spin-offs. Mario, and those have worked. You got your Mario Karts, your Mario Tennises, your Mario Golfs, all those kind of.
Mario's different. Mario is meant to be poured out in every possible way because it will
No.
sell no matter what. It's not a series with a story or anything like that. It's just a concept. It's a art. It's kind of a one size fits all world. You can throw anything into it. I don't know.
Nope, you can't. You can't excuse Mario. Nope, sorry.
I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying. I
It
don't know.
works
Maybe
though.
I'm excusing it.
Yeah, it works with Mario, I think. And I mean, when you put a skin on anything though that I love, I'm gonna play it. Like Halo Wars was a good strategy game, and it had Halo, so it sold like crazy. Fucking like I told you before, I hate Monopoly, but my wife bought me Zelda Monopoly. I play it like crazy now just because it has Zelda in it, and I get to see fucking Link and little fucking Epona and Triforces and stuff. Like it, stuff like that's just gonna sell when it gets hoarded out. So can't face that. But I think here. Let me see this. I see your mic in the picture, so I'm gonna put mine in the picture. I think we've whored out ourselves for the night.
And
Chadzilla
I'm
looks exhausted.
exhausted. I need to be up in a couple hours for work.
I need to go sing Chadzilla a lullaby and put him to bed and tuck him in, so that we can make some good content. Are we gonna do anything tomorrow, Chad?
I know that my my Hyrule Warriors Let's Play is rendering right now, so that
What
on part 3 will be up.
what about like new though? Are we gonna collab on something?
Oh, new? I don't know. It depends on my schedule, but I'm definitely
Okay,
gonna try getting
we'll talk
something
about
up.
that. Yeah. So hopefully we got some new stuff coming for you guys, and then I already made an unboxing video of these bad boys. I'm having trouble uploading it. I'm gonna keep trying for you guys because I think it was a good unboxing. It went well. Until then, we'll see you for FORCEcast episode 5. We're going crazy now. We're on 5. I'm so proud of us. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, tuning in, whatever. And road to 500 subs, baby.
That's
Subscribe,
right. Get us to 500 subs. The faster,
please.
the better. And Pat is
Faster,
gonna
better.
get his forehead tattooed with a 3FG at 500. Am I right?
I will get a tattoo of whoever our 500 subscriber is. So race to it. No, I won't. But I will get a 3FG once we get to I want to say 1,000 subs, maybe 500 to see if you could talk me into it there. But this channel means a lot to us, guys. We're putting in a lot of work. We need you guys to support us because clicking that subscribe is about the only way you can support us. So please do that. And until next time, when we reach 500 subs, we'll do actually a giveaway, huge giveaway, a lot of prizes, a lot of swag. So let us know, guys, in the comments what you think. Join the force. Until next time, Patman out.
Take it sleazy.